can see the first question and the second one. We'll just first go through the first one. The element having chemical properties more similar to element zinc. So they're asking another element. The next one, it is also about elements, which is not a member of the D block in the periodic table. We will be given a periodic table for our exam. The answers for these questions are there in the periodic table. Okay, I'll explain. Normally, you will find those similar chemical properties in same group of the periodic table. Why? What is the reason? Why the same group elements are having similar chemical properties? The reason is their chemical properties are decided by its electrons. Okay, because in a chemical reaction, what is usually exchanging is electrons. For example, let's say sodium is participating in some reaction, element sodium. So then sodium will lose his last electron, 3s1 electron, and it will participate in that reaction. So if you take the potassium, lower one in that same group will also do the same thing. It will also lose the same electron, 4s1 electron, and then participate in a similar sort of a reaction, right? So reactivity is different. For example, sodium is lesser reactively compared to the potassium. Down the group, reactivity increases. It's true. But if you check the chemical reactions that they do, they are basically, most of the time, it is similar. Okay, it's not same, similar. Like that, the reason for having similar chemical properties in a group is their electronic configuration. Answer for the question is very simple. You have to decide which is the element that is having a similar configuration like zinc. Or you can do, just take the periodic table and look at the elements that are belong to the group which zinc is belong. You can see the periodic table here now. Here we have our zinc. You can see the elements that belong to the same group. Cadmium is there, mercury is there, and like some radioactive element is there. So now if I give you some insight about group numbers in the modern periodic table, we are now labeling them as in Hindu Arabic numbers. We don't use now Roman numbers. We are sticking to this one. So then zinc belongs to the 12th group. Cadmium, you can find it is there in our answers. Cadmium is having the same group element. So then it will have similar configuration and similar chemical properties. It's very simple. You get the periodic table and you look for two elements in the same group. So let's go back to the question, and cadmium is going to be our answer because having chemical properties similar, that means should have same electronic configuration. So then same configuration elements you can find within the same group. So then both cadmium and zinc belong to group 12. And if you look at their configuration lemma, it will be like for the zinc, it is argon configuration times 3d10 4s2. Cadmium will be like krypton configuration times 4d10 5s2. So this is condensed configuration. When they ask the configuration in the exam, don't write this. You have to start from the beginning, 1s2, 2s2 like that. But when we are doing explanations like that, we usually use it. So the common configuration for this group will be n-1 d10 ns2. n-1 is there for the inner energy level because d electrons are filled in the earlier energy level, right? So if you go look at the other elements in this same question, and lead is there. Lead is in the group 14. It's in the p block. It is having ns2 np2 sort of a configuration. Calcium and magnesium, our strontium is also a group 2 element. So basically we can say calcium, strontium, magnesium will have similar chemical properties. So not a difficult question, but I gave you some explanation. So you will understand something more about this. Right. So then the next one is also again very straightforward question. Element which is not a member of D block in the periodic table. You can go to the periodic table and find it, but anyway, we are normally studying fourth period D block elements. We again refer the same meaning, same set of elements as 3D elements. So those elements are going to be starting from scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, and zinc. So you can see four of the elements are here. So only one that is not there is this one, selenium. So selenium you will find in group 16. So then group 16 elements, if you write from the beginning, oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, and polonium is there. Yeah, we will go to the periodic table and look at that one. Oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium. Here you have the group 16. Right, so that's it for the first two questions.